What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, and today we're going to bring you a closer look at the Air Jordan 1 Flyknit band, aka Bred. So for those that want to grab these, they will drop on September 9th. The retail price is $200. They will also be available in grade school sizing, which will cost you $140. Now, as a full disclosure, Jordan Brand did send these over. However, that will not affect my review in any way, shape, or form. The shoe is basically made up of Flyknit and leather. But let's bring you in a bit closer, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same color blocking as the iconic Bred or even band colorway. It depends what you want to call them. I know Jordan Brand is going by the band nickname. However, a lot of us like to call them Bred. But things you're going to notice is the different style of Flyknit. So we have kind of like a double layer Flyknit going on. In different areas, it's a bit thicker. And you can see on the toe, it kind of bleeds in with black. And then around the toe, it's solid. And then on the overlay, it's solid as well. But when you get to the panels, you're going to notice that there is some red underneath it. And that's going to bleed through just a bit. Now at the heel, when getting towards the heel, it's very thick Flyknit. So it's like very much layered. Very interesting look overall. But for the swoosh and the wings branding up top, now that is done with leather. Alright, so let's bring you to the heel. This little overlay, this tab overlay, that is also done in leather. Some things you're going to notice as well is around the collar. So it's a thinner Flyknit. You can kind of see through it just slightly, and then just below it, very thick. Now, this is definitely a shoe you're either going to love or hate. I've seen a lot of hate when I did the unboxing, and to be 100% fair, I like this shoe, and I've said that in many news videos that I've done. So overall, I do like the shoe, and I like it better that I have it in hand. All right, so let's bring you to the medial side of things. It's pretty much the same setup as the lateral. In areas like the panels, it's a bit thinner Flyknit, and then obviously in this area, it's very thick. Now, a lot of people have basically said this looks like a grandma knitted their shoes and things like that. You know, I get where you guys are coming from. I do, because this is a classic shoe. It's known to have leather, and then we have this new modern tech Flyknit that is being applied to the shoe. Now, a lot of people don't like changes. I don't like them myself too much, to be honest. But with this, I do like it because there is some positives, but there is some negatives, which we'll go over in a bit. But just show you some of the smaller details in there, and give you that toe shot. One thing I did notice too is that the red used is a bit more vibrant on the Flyknit edition compared to the OG Bred. And then there is a toe shot overview. The laces, they are wax laces, and for the lace tips, we do have metal over them. Kind of has like this gun smoke finish to it. And then the tongue is somewhat elastic. The Nike Air on the tongue, that is the overlay, is done in leather. And the shade of red used on that is a little bit different as well from the other reds. So just being 100% honest. And on the inside of the tongue, we have 1985. And I believe what I heard, this little icon right here is the swindle for Flyknit. So on the liner itself, that is all done in leather. Now, the leather is nice, and there is some padding here. Minimal, but there is some. So I believe this is going to help with the overall comfort. I know a lot of people, they like the Jordan ones, and they feel like they're comfortable, but I feel like this will be even more. So on the inside of the liner, we have the size. It says 1985 2017-XC. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the XC stands for. Maybe I will... Actually, I'll find out, and then I will leave a comment and pin it. If I do find that is. So I'm going to bring you to the insole. The insole is also done with leather. And then the Nike Air is debossed. Show you the flip side. This insole was so hard to get out. It was crazy. Slightly thicker than some of the past retros that have released. So one thing I forgot to mention is that the midsole obviously done in white. But let's bring to the outsole. So the outsole is all red. Now the outsole is pretty dead on compared to the 2016 Bred, aka band release. And then we do have Nike Air. So we'll do it once over. I'll get into the outro. I'll go over some of the positives of the shoe, some of the negatives as well, and how to buy, etc., limited, all that good stuff. So I wanted to get this up on either Sunday or Monday. I didn't do that, obviously, and that was because I was hoping that my local retailer would have them so I could do it on feet, because these are a size 9 sample, which I'll get into more in the outro of things, and I just won't fit these. There's no way I can get these on. So unfortunately, no on feet. Now that might change. They might get them in late. So if they do get them in late, or Jordan Brand did say they'll send over a size 10, which is my size, then I will make sure to do an on feet of them. It'll be a short little video I'll upload. But this is pretty much it. This is your Flyknit Air Jordan 1 band, aka Bred. Retail price is $200. All right, everybody, so that was your closer look at the Air Jordan 1 Flyknit band. Like I mentioned, they're dropping on September 9th, which is this Saturday. Retail price is $200 for adults, while GS sizes will cost you $140. As for the quality of the shoes, I like them. They're nice. It's Flyknit, so there's really not much to go off of. The leather use on the outside of the shoe is minimal. It's just on the Nike swoosh, the wings branding, and that little overlay on the tongue. But on the inside of the shoe, it's pretty much filled in with leather. Now, as for the craftsmanship, I can't say wholeheartedly how great these are going to be, because this is a sample. So if I'm going to sit here and say these are great, I don't feel that is doing you guys justice, just because this is a sample. So they do a small run of these samples, and of course the craftsmanship is going to be a lot better. But what I did notice, there was very minimal glue stains, so that is a plus. But on the same token, like I mentioned, this is a sample. One thing I will say though is, and this might suck for those that want to grab them, they appear to be limited. Now, with sneakers from Jordan Brand being limited, usually the craftsmanship is up. And that's just from things I've noticed in the past. Speaking of these being limited, I don't know exact numbers. I have seen a few launch locator maps, and it's really spread out. I believe in Sacramento, there's like one retailer getting them, and I don't have a relationship with that retailer, so I don't know how many pairs they're getting. But I have heard from other shops, and they're saying that these are going to be limited. So let's talk about the positives of this shoe. One of the positives I will say is that they are slightly lighter. Now, it's not a significant difference by any means, and more than likely you won't notice it, but I did want to throw that out there. The second positive is creasing. Now, a lot of people do like their Jordan 1s to be creased. I personally do. But if you hate creasing, these, because it's Flyknit, won't crease. Another thing I wanted to make note on is that the Air Jordan 1, in most people's eyes, they're not uncomfortable, especially when you break them in, then they're good. But some people think they're stiff. I've heard that from others. But with the leather on the liner, and then we have a leather insole, which is slightly thicker, and then what I'm hearing, and I can't confirm this, is that it features Zoom Air. This shoe will be more comfortable than the Jordan 1. At least it should be. Now, I can't 100% confirm that because I have yet to put these on feet, nor can I. Now let's talk about some of the drawbacks. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the shade of red. It's very vibrant. It's not so close to your Bred, but that isn't a deal killer for me. Another thing that I question over time wearing them is the durability of the Flyknit. I saw this in a select area. It almost looked like in time this will rip. Certain things will unravel. Now, I can't confirm that, and I'm speaking for the future. but it was just an idea, something I had in my mind, and I wanted to throw that out there to you guys so you're kind of aware that it is possible. Another thing that somebody suggested in the comment section on my unboxing video, do a water test. Now, I'm debating if I should do one because it is about to be fall. It's going to be raining quite a bit, so will the Flyknit, will the water breathe through it? I'm kind of thinking when I have them in hand that they will. So I don't know if a water test would be that great to even do. Maybe these little closer up looks would help. But if you guys want, you can leave a comment below. Let me know if I should do a water test on these. Because the leather is used in the collar, so it's not really going to affect there. But there is a very thin material on the toe box. Like, I mean, very thin. And I kind of believe that the water will seep through. In addition, that same material that is in the toe on the inside will be on the panels. Now, I wanted to go over a few things I saw in the comment section on the unboxing videos. A lot of people said these were not samples and I was clickbaiting. And this in no way, shape, or form is trying to prove myself correct. I guess it kind of is, but I did want to show you the closer details like I said I would. But first is the box. So, as you guys know, the box, they do not come with these labels. These are given out as promos. As you can see, size 9, which is your typical sample size. Another big thing is the inside of the tongue. So the label, let me see if I could get a clear shot of that. So what I'm going to have to do is drop a picture of the size tag in the video. As you can see now, that'll say it's a promo. Also, people asked why I didn't get that concrete box, which I believe it's plaster. I initially was not on the list to receive these shoes because they have a seating list, and with that list, they automatically send stuff out. So I know there's a few other YouTubers that received it. Fomer Simpson, I believe, is one. Seth Fowler is another, and I was on the list late, so they didn't have the concrete box, nor do I really care about it. Yeah, it's dope, don't get me wrong, I think it is amazing, but I'm just happy that they took notice. They wanted to send these over to show you guys, give you guys the review. All in all, I am a fan of them. I've said that before, and 200 is a bit steep, I'll be honest, and that might steer a lot of people clear from him. I saw a lot of people suggesting that 180 price tag, and honestly, that's what initially I thought they were going to retail at, and a lot of people suggested that they were as well. That isn't the case, but I will say this is a better quality shoe than what we're used to seeing from Jordan Brand. But the last thing I want to touch on is that these will sell out. They are not going to sit, and they're not going to go on sale, unfortunately. But leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 1 Flyknit band. If you plan on picking them up, or are you passing? Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.